close your eyes for a moment. Take one slow, deep breath and allow everything external to dissolve. Imagine the space around you becoming alive. It doesn't just exist. It feels you. The universe is not distant or cold. It is right here, gently responding to every thought you have, to every movement of your heart. And if you allow yourself inner silence right now, you may notice you are already in dialogue with something greater. The force that creates worlds is already touching your life in soft flows of energy. Abundance is not a goal you have to reach and wait for someday. It is not a point in the future, nor a reward for effort. Abundance is a state of flow. It is a vibration that already exists around you, like an invisible field of possibilities. And most importantly, it is not far away. It is already near you, in the space between thoughts, in your breath, in the feeling of being alive, and even deeper, it is inside you, like a quiet light that has always been there, even if you sometimes forgot about it. Everything in this world is made of energy. Every form, every event, every encounter is just a manifestation of vibrations constantly moving and changing. Nothing exists separately. Everything is connected through subtle, invisible currents, and your thoughts are energy too, but a special, directed kind. They don't just pass through you. They create a frequency that your reality begins to respond to. What you think about again and again gradually begins to take shape around you. When you speak, you create, because words carry the power of intention. They set the direction of energy, as if opening a path through which your life begins to flow. When you feel, you attract. Feelings go even deeper than thoughts. They become a magnet that connects you with what matches your inner state. Joy attracts joy. Calmness attracts harmony. Abundance attracts more abundance. And now, you gently enter a space of awareness where every word becomes not just sound, but a key that opens doors to new possibilities, flows, and a state of inner and outer abundance. Affirmations are not just words you say aloud or silently. Their power goes far beyond surface meaning. They are a kind of inner code that gradually rewrites your perception of reality. Each affirmation is a gentle but steady influence on your inner world, as if you are tuning a delicate instrument that has long been out of harmony, and now you are bringing it back into pure resonance. By repeating affirmations, you are not asking life for something from the outside. You are not waiting for things to come by chance or circumstance. You are doing something deeper. You are recalibrating your consciousness, as if switching an internal frequency from scarcity, doubt, or anxiety to a wave of sufficiency, trust, and acceptance. And in this process, not only your thoughts begin to change, but also how you feel, how you respond, and what opportunities you start to notice around you. Because you are no longer looking at the world from an old state, you are beginning to perceive it through a new inner alignment, the state of abundance. Now simply listen, and do not try to analyze or control. Allow the words to pass through you gently, like warm light gradually filling your inner space. There is no need to rush. Just be in this moment. I am open to the flow of abundance. I allow myself to receive more than I used to before. I no longer limit myself with fears or old beliefs about lack. Money comes to me easily and freely, without struggle, without tension, without the feeling that I must suffer for it. It becomes a natural part of my movement, like breath or the flow of life. I am worthy of receiving more than I need, because my existence already has value. I do not need to earn the right to abundance. It is already connected to me. The universe supports every step I take. Even when I cannot see the full picture, it guides me, opens possibilities, and gently leads me forward. Abundance is my natural state. Not a rarity and not an exception, but a background I return to again and again. I choose to trust life, and in this trust comes calmness, expansion, and the feeling that everything is already moving in the right direction. Imagine that every time you say these words, out loud or inside yourself, you are not simply repeating a phrase, you are opening invisible channels of energy that begin to connect you with new flows of life. It is as if subtle shifts are happening within space itself. Old limitations dissolve, and in their place, new lines of possibility appear. Energy begins to move more freely, more purely, more lightly, and in this state, you no longer pursue opportunities with effort. They begin to find you on their own. Sometimes this shows up as a random encounter that turns out to be important. Sometimes as an idea that suddenly comes to mind. Sometimes as an event that unexpectedly changes the direction of your path. People, ideas, events, everything begins to align into a more harmonious order, as if life itself becomes attentive to your inner state and responds to it. And the more often you enter this space, the more natural it becomes to feel that you are not separate from the flow. You are part of it, and everything begins to unfold in your favor, gently, precisely, and at the right time. Stay in this state a little longer. Do not rush back into everyday busyness. Simply allow yourself to remain in the inner silence where everything is already calm and clear. Feel how this state requires no effort. It does not need to be earned or chased. It is already here, soft, stable, alive. And remember, abundance does not come from outside, as something separate from you or distant. It is not waiting for you somewhere beyond life, and it does not depend on random circumstances. It unfolds within you, like an inner light that gradually becomes brighter when you pay attention to it, as if you have always carried it within you. You just didn't notice it before. And the more often you return to this state, the state of trust, calm, and openness, the more deeply it takes root in your reality. At first, it will appear as brief moments, then as more stable feelings, and eventually, it will become your natural background perception of the world. And one day you will notice that abundance no longer feels like something separate. It becomes part of who you are and how you live.